Hi and welcome to another Fat for Weight Loss video. Today I'm showing you the different types of sugar substitutes that you can be using in your ketogenic baking. So let's get started. None of these sweeteners are imperative to use on the ketogenic diet. If you can eliminate everything sweet from your diet, then congratulations, you are one of the ketogenic warriors that is able to ditch their sweet tooth completely and just focus on their health, and that is fantastic. Now, some people do really love a sweet occasionally, every now and then, or if you're trying to deal with a reduction in sweetness, or if you're trying to deal with a very insane sweet tooth, then using these sweeteners would definitely help in that scenario. But by no means is any of this required to be on the ketogenic diet. I am simply showing you the ones that are available here in Australia and are available on the ketogenic diet and that are ketogenic friendly. Okay, so the first ones I want to show you is a product called Erythritol. Now, the Erythritol I use is by a company called So Nourished, and they make a powdered version and they also make a granular version. Now, So Nourished is a company that is started by Rami and Vicky, who run Tasteaholics. So they are a fully ketogenic, low carb recipe blog, and they have also started making their own physical products. So they gave me these products for free and I really love using them. The best part about using erythritol in ketogenic friendly products and foods is that because it is slightly less sweet, you use the same amount of normal sugar as erythritol and it will come out slightly less sweet, and that is a good thing on the ketogenic diet, because what happens is that you've started to reduce the amount of sweets in your diet, so your body becomes more acclimatized to the sweet taste of things. And when you start to use sugar substitutes, you don't want to be bumping up your sugar tolerance straight away. You want something that is slightly less sweet and a little bit better for you. So I definitely recommend these products if you're trying to do that. Now, the powdered version is great for something like when you're trying to make chocolate, or if you're trying to make icing, or if you're trying to make something that doesn't get baked and you want to add sugar to it without it being granular and crunchy in your teeth. The powdered version is perfect for that. Now, where would you use the granular version for? You would use that in any sort of baking. The baking aspect of erythritol is perfect. I have used it so many times in my New York baked cheesecake, in my keto chocolate chip cookies. It is fantastic for anything like that. And the granules melt when you add it in under high heat, something like an oven or a microwave or whatever it is. So these two products will be available soon on amazon.com.au. They are also available on amazon.com, and I highly recommend checking these out if you are trying to make any ketogenic friendly sweets. Now, there's another product that is already available here in Australia, and it is called Natvo. Now, you can get this in Coles and Woolworths and most stores here, because Natvo have a pretty big hold over Australia. And this is their baking pack. Now, Natvo can get quite expensive if you buy it in smaller portions, but it's great with this baking pack because it comes out relatively cheap, and you can replace this one-to-one for sugar. If you have a recipe that is you found online and you want to make, for instance, cupcakes like I did in my how to make any recipe keto video, if you haven't seen that, it's going to come up here. If you are trying to make anything keto and you want it to taste exactly the same sweetness as the normal recipe would, then I would recommend using Natvo for that. Now, this is a granular version. They don't have a powdered version, I don't think. And so the best thing with the granular version like this is that you would use it for baking. You wouldn't use something like this in trying to make chocolate or icing or anything where the sugar doesn't get heated up. Now, this product, and the reason why it is the same sweetness as sugar, is that they've found a ratio between erythritol and stevia that is very similar to sugar. And the reason why they mix stevia and erythritol together is because when you have just plain erythritol, sometimes if you have it in a large amount, it can have a slight cooling taste. Now, the stevia by itself can also have a bit of a bitter taste. And the two together sort of, I guess, cancel each other out and can actually taste very, very similar to sugar. So if you have something that does have a lot of sugar in it that needs to be replaced, maybe something like my peanut butter cookies, then definitely I would use Natvo for that. Now, Whole Earth Sweetener, this company is very similar. Now, they sent me this product for free as well, and it's basically a whole bunch of sachets, and it is very, very similar to Natvo. So again, I would probably buy this Whole Earth product if the only thing I was using sweeteners for was coffee or tea or something like that. If you like sweet coffee or tea, then this Whole Earth product would definitely help in that regard. I don't think they have baking versions, and I'm not quite sure, but you know, it is a mix between Stevia and Erythritol as well. So very similar to Natvo, and that is that product there. The next product, I've been wanting to try this for a long time, and this is Raw Earth Sweetener Company, and it is a mix of Stevia and monk fruit. Now, it says Stevia and monk fruit on the front of the tub, but when you turn it around, it actually is mainly erythritol and stevia with some monk fruit added to it. So I don't know whether that's false advertising or not, but it's a little bit deceptive to not say that it doesn't have erythritol on the front. It's just stevia and monk fruit. I disagree with that. But in any case, this one tastes really, really good. Now, this one is very expensive. This one comes out being much more expensive than any of the ones that I've shown you here, but the taste is extremely similar to sugar. If you were to use this in coffee, if you were to use this in any baked goods, and you wanted to exactly replace sugar for sugar, then I would recommend using this one. But again, it is very expensive. So depending on how you want to deal with your sugar intake or your sugar substitute intake, then you might want to rethink about buying this one. Yes, it is an extremely good product, but you also pay for the price of that good quality product. Monk fruit has been around for a very long time as well, and it is a fantastic sweetener. So if you haven't used it before, give it a try. This one is a granular version again, so use it in your baking, use it in something where the sweetener would get heated up, and you'll be totally fine. Now, the last one I wanted to show you is something that you can get from Aldi, and they are stevia sweetened tablets. Now, this is a little pack here, and it says it has sweetener 960 in it, which I assume is stevia, and also flavor enhancer and acidity regulator. And what they do is they come in these little tablet type forms. If you're used to something like Equal, or if you're used to something that comes in a tablet form and you just want to drop one tablet into your coffee in a very easy mechanism, these tablets are very good. And this is cheap. This was, I think, about $2 or $3, and it has 300 tablets. So all you're doing is trying to sweeten your coffee or sweeten your tea. Then I would recommend something like this that is relatively cheap, and you don't have to buy an insane amount of the ingredient to just get the benefit of being able to sweeten your coffee and tea. Now, there's definitely other ways to do a ketogenic diet successfully without using these sweeteners, but this one would be a great way to sweeten your coffee or tea if you enjoy that. So again, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions about sweeteners, please leave them in the comments below. I try and answer these comments as thoroughly as I can. Ketogenic sweeteners are an important topic because some can actually kick you out of ketosis without you even knowing. So if you have any questions about any of the sweeteners or any sweetener that you use at home, definitely reply in the comments, and I will try and answer you as best I can with the knowledge and the experience that I have with the ketogenic diet. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.